Hello, this is JD Krashovic with a follow-up video to my two-part review of the Apevia Xmaster HTPC computer case. I wanted to show you the final version of this build as well as how it looks in action. The first thing you will likely notice are those bright blue LEDs. Now, we did mention in the two-part review series of the Xmaster case that the included LEDs on the control panel section are very bright, and you will want to address those before you begin installing components. At this point, I'd like to give a shout out to Turbo Dave, who posted an excellent suggestion in the comments section of the previous video, in which you can attach a resistor to that LED in order to reduce the brightness. You may have also noticed there is another bright blue LED that is in fact from a card reader that I installed in that smaller front bay. Now let's get a closer look at this front panel, and I'll also show you what I ended up doing with the second 5¼ inch bay. So as you can see in that second 5¼ inch bay, I have installed an IC dock. This is an IC dock ToughArmor MB998SP-B. It is an 8x2½ inch bay, and I think it is an excellent way to go for your hard drives if using this case. What I like most about this IC dock is that it makes the hard drive management very simple. The drives are all accessible through the front panel, and I no longer have to open up my case to access the drives. You may remember from the two-part review series, I was also receiving a heat error on one of my drives. And I'm happy to say that the IC dock did in fact solve that issue somewhat. What I mean by that is that the IC dock includes two fans on the rear of the unit that you can simply plug in, and they will draw heat off of the drives. This was actually working just fine. However, I didn't like the added noise from those two small fans. It's not that they were very noisy, but they were just made my overall system slightly noisier than it would have been without them. So I did unplug those fans, and the heat error on my one drive did pop up again. But I did solve that issue ultimately by using the fans that were included with the Apevia case. The Apevia Xmaster includes two 80mm fans. And the reason I wasn't running them previously is because I wasn't able to get them to work with my motherboard. So ultimately, I just wired them directly to the power supply so they are always running. And I was quite impressed with the fans included with the Apevia case. I thought they might be very noisy, but in fact, I am not hearing them whatsoever. So it appears the heat issue was simply because the heat from the CPU was accumulating within the case, and because I was not running any fans at the time, it was giving me that slight heat warning on the one drive. It was only about 2 degrees over specs, so not a big deal, but I do like to have everything running within the recommended specs. Now in the future, I will post another video that gets into more detail on this great IC dock drive bay, but as for now, just wanted to get you an update on the system. And before I go, I just wanted to show you the optical drive bay feature of the Apevia Xmaster case. I love the design of the door that they implemented with the front panel. As you can see, it looks very nice and clean, and when you push the button, as you would expect, the optical drive opens up. And then when it retracts, that door retracts as well, giving you that nice clean look that the Apevia is known for. In closing, I'm going to give a shout out to YouTube user Corrupted Data, who had asked for the specs on this build. I will go ahead and list those below. And as always, please leave your questions and comments below. I do read those, and they help me to know what kind of information I can provide in future videos, as well as give me excellent feedback on how I'm doing in my current videos. Speaking of which, if you did find this video useful, please let me know by clicking those like and subscribe buttons. This has been a follow-up video to my two-part review of the Apevia Xmaster HTPC computer case. I'll post the links to the two-part review in the space below. This is JD Krashovic. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.